What happens if Vegas stays in Vegas? Am I right? But what if I tell you that your experience would still be the same from Vegas, but in Ontario? So it's gonna be the same thing as Vegas, but it's gonna be like in Canada. So it's gonna be a lot more colder, you know. So in Ontario, there's talks about like legalizing gambling. You always hear the bad things, but I'm gonna tell you all the good things about it. So the first one will be obviously economy. The most positive thing would be one of the most positive thing would be economy. So you have to ask yourself, why would it be good for the economy? And for that reason, there's two reasons why I believe that they're gonna be good. What's gonna be good for the economy? The first reason will be that the first reason will be that it's gonna employ a lot more people. So on average, a casino employs between 11,000 and 55,000 people, depending on how big it is. So of course that's gonna like a lot more. That means like 55,000 people are gonna get jobs like almost right away. You know. So the second part about that, it's like it drives in more tourists in that area. So when the more tourists go in that area, the business around it, they'll make more money. They'll get more profits off that. They'll get more like revenues and stuff. The second reason is where am I? Second reason is like the comparison to other gambling hubs. So I'm gonna talk about two gambling hubs that are famous. One is obviously Las Vegas, and the other is Macau, which is a city in China. So for Vegas, one of the first things you hear about Vegas is like the gambling, the hotels or resorts. That's pretty much one of the reasons why most people know about Vegas. Did you know that Vegas makes over $6 billion every year? Imagine how much that would be for how much. Imagine how that much would be like for like tax revenue. All that money could be going to like education, infrastructure, and healthcare. Also, also for another place I want to talk about, it's like Macau. Macau is like a city in China, and basically basically a long time ago, it used to be like a colony of Portugal, and Portugal wanted to make more money, so they just made it a gambling hub. Despite being smaller than Las Vegas and having a population of only 600,000, it's it makes like 80 billion dollars every year, and that's because it's like a major gambling. Unlike Vegas, Vegas is a more fun place. Like it's more like casual and laid back. But for Macau, it's like basically where all the gamblers go to. It's like the most high end gambling place you could ever see. And the third one is and third one's gonna be like successes inside Ontario. So we already have gambling. So I'm gonna talk about two most famous gambling spots inside Ontario. One is Woodbine, which is like a horse racing track. It's like a horse racing lottery. Excuse me. So basically the horse racing lottery, and the second one is Niagara. Niagara's one of the more famous of two because it's kind of the closest thing we have to like, Vegas, but in Ontario. It's near the U.S. border, so obviously most of its customers are basically from the U.S. basically. And the third so this first one and we're going back to the first one, the horse racing lottery, the Woodbine. It's basically the reason why it's basically one of the most successful like attempts at a horse racing lottery inside North America. It's like one of the biggest ones in North America. So overall, it's very excellent for the community. And of course, there's going to have to be some laws to stop like addiction, like gambling addiction, and all the problems that come with gambling. But in Ontario, usually have good healthcare like reputation of taking care of addiction from other people. So from one of my last point about the casino is that the Fallview Casino, which is a major casino in Niagara, makes total $700 million a year. This moves on to my second point. Elite, of course, there's been many successful stories. Oh no, I already said that. So so overall, it's gonna be very helpful for the economy, and these are the reasons why I believe Ontario should legalize gambling.